So a young basketball coach is confronted unexpectedly by his team. Some games you play, some games play you. Hear his story in the dance. Please welcome Henry Francisco.
Hey, yo! Alright, let's do it then. Can I get a 2 clap? Can I get a 2 beat? Who we be, sucker free? Who we be, sucker free? Yo, buckle down tonight, boys. Yo, you take their hearts out in the first half, get dominant. Yo, take them out in the second half. Demondre, lock them up, baby. Yo, pass the ball to Lamar in the post. Lamar, block them up. Yo, go to work. No, have no fear tonight. Everybody. Chad, hey, come on, kid. You the best point guard in the AAA. Ain't nobody got you, kid. You embarrassed them tonight. Take no mercy. You have no fear. Let's get hungry. Pump up. Fire it up. Let's go. Bring it in, boys. Bring it in. Yo, let's get this W tonight. Fire up. Game time on me. Let's go. What time is it? Game time. Woo! That was pregame. I coached the high school boys basketball team. I was brand new and coached with my mentor. And that was the intensity that I saw from him coaching his team. And that was the intensity that was passed down on to me by my coaches growing up. So I mimicked them and coached in the same way for my basketball team. I was stoic, confrontational. I was aggressive, cold-blooded, and uncompromising. But as time passed, I learned it was more than a game. Because the hours we spent during practice, during training camps, during open gyms, yo, it all paid off. Because the boys were on point, the coaching was on point, philosophy was on point, the triangle was on point, nothing was stopping us. Our bravado was braggadocio, and that was the motto. Nothing was stopping us. We was banging on fools. We had too much of that mustard. Everybody else just trying to catch up. But like all good things, must come to an end. Then the day came when everything came crashing down. My contract was up. Henry, hey, come inside real quick. I need to talk to you. Man, it's nothing personal. This is just the nature of our business. But we hired a new coach for next season. We had a good run. This is just business, Henry, and I'm sorry. I was devastated. I was left with no team. I could have given up right at that moment, but I decided to push forward. Basketball is my heroin. Entering my sanctuary and having a hardwood floor beneath my feet, looking up into the rafters and seeing the banners hang. Yeah, that was my freedom. I was on my own, and a few months had passed. Then I became the new coach for a high school girls basketball team. I had never coached a girls team before, or let alone work with female athletes. I didn't know what to expect. At the beginning of the season, these young ladies stared at me dead in the eyes, burning a hole in my soul. Because I was new, I needed to earn their respect and trust, but what I got in return was disgust. I entered that new season thinking I could coach these girls like my boys' team. My heart was cold with the girls. I had no feelings. I had built a wall. I was selfish. I was still resentful and frustrated from how my previous season ended. Still angry, got to admit. I was confused. I went from being high to low. So I did the one thing that I knew how to do best. I fed my ego. I turned into an asshole on the court. Get off the wall! Suicide 3 times. If you don't make 32 baskets under 10 minutes and don't make these shots, and you drop this ball, you best believe you're gonna run 17 lines. Wake up, focus, I need ballers on this team. I didn't care who they were. Athletes are a commodity to win games. They are not people with humanity. This basketball industry suffers from this master-slave dichotomy. So motherfuck Donna Sterling and this mentality. Hey, yo, fuck that, coach. Why do you treat us like this? We've done everything that you asked us to do. You never took the time out to understand us. We're not your boys. We're not the players that you thought we were. Still stubborn. I got defensive. You better check yourself if you want to play on this team. I told you from the first day, don't bring no drama onto this court. So you better check yourself in that attitude. Don't bring none of that onto this court. Nah, you got it all wrong, coach. Basketball is emotional. So we're going to bring drama to whomever we play, and we're going to bring drama and emotion onto this floor. And we're going to bring our heart, and we're going to play with heart every time we step onto this court. We're going to leave it all out, coach. That was the moment that I saw them for the first time, because basketball became their sanctuary. The game became their oxygen. It became their freedom. But I was too arrogant to see that in the beginning, because I saw their questions as stupidity. I saw their vulnerability as weakness. I saw their athleticism as handicap. I saw their teamwork as counterfeit. I saw their loyalty as vain. Their hard work was worthless. Their courage was spineless. And that was far from the truth. Because what I learned from these young ladies was to disempower this domineering facade that I had defined as a meaning of manhood. That my oppressive behavior stemmed from the fact that I was suffering inside, while trying to rediscover and reclaim what it meant to be a man that was whole, because their questions had purpose. Their vulnerability was passionate. Their athleticism showed resiliency. Their teamwork was effortless. Their loyalty was empowering. Their hard work was dope. Their courage was hope. All 12 players were hungry to prove themselves to everyone. And I was surprised. They recognized the insecurities and confronted their fears head on. They made each other laugh. We transformed into a team. Because game without sacrifices, game never respected. We were on point. I learned from these young ladies that it strengthened the relationships with the women in my life. I learned more from them than they did for me, and I am grateful for that. I salute them for teaching me. As they take their last shots, they get into a zone and they let the ritual begin. We stand up together, and I see the pride in my players' eyes. Lady Blues, what time is it? And they holler back, it's time to get live, it's time to represent. Lady Blues, what time is it? It's time to get live, it's time to represent. It's time to get live, it's time to represent. It's time to get live, it's time to represent. It's time to get live, it's time to represent. It's time to get live, it's time to represent. Peace.
Yeah.
I've been helping him with that story for the last couple of months. And actually, that was not the original story. So it just shows you how much work it takes in working with these guys. And he shows so much passion in his storytelling. Actually, in fact, a few months ago, I took some of the guys who've never done spoken word, and we took them to an open mic. Completely, this was a different person that stood there 3 months ago, and so I think there's such huge growth in him, both in his piece and also in his performance style. So it's such a gift that they're giving all of us. Don't you think? Yeah.